Hello everyone, good afternoon. We are the group number 21 and today we are going to present our case study on the Vivekananda Road collapse of Kolkata that happened in 2016. My name is Harsh Kaja and I am first year master student of mechanical engineering.
Hi, my name is Dishen Meshuria. I'm a second year master's student in chemical engineering.
Hi, my name is Hamax Patel. I am second year master student in chemical engineering.
Hi, my name is Ali Raza. I'm a second year civil engineering student.
Hi, myself Hardik Kumar Gajara. I am second year master student in chemical engineering.
The kind of collapse that we are going to discuss is right now happening at a large rate in India. So we were curious that what is the main reason and what is the root cause that this kind of collapse are continuously happening. So we choose this project so that we can discuss and investigate the root cause and the ethical dilemmas that the people go through, which leads to the collapse of the bridge. This tragic incident highlights the critical issues at an intersection of engineering ethics, political pressure, and public negligence. We will provide the overview of the case first, then we will explain the events that lead to the collapse of the bridge. Then my friend will explain the ethical dilemmas involved in the collapse. And at the end, we will discuss the questions that correlates to our course material. The Vivekananda Road flyover was collapsed on March 31st, 2016, and it was supposed to be 1.4 mile long. The project was given to the construction company IVRCL by the government of West Bengal. At the time of collapse, the tragedy took the lives of 27 people and around 80 people were injured. The project was supposed to start in 2009 and was scheduled to end 2010. But it had lots of delays. The political parties that were involved in this collapse were All India Communist Party that was in power at the start of the project, and the Tribunal Congress Party that was in the power at the time of collapse, and the main company, which was the construction company, which was IVRCL, which was also involved in the event. The main events that leads to the collapse of the collapse of the bridge were: first, persistent delays; financial troubles; then third, political pressure; fourth, compromised safety measures; and the fifth, engineering and quality issues. These events are going to be explained by my friend Dishen, and he will correlate the events with the ethical dilemma. Thank you.
Thank you, Harsh. So, I will be presenting the ethical dilemmas surrounding the flyover collapse. This tragic incident highlights the complex interplay between the politics, economics, and the engineering ethics decision making of the engineers and the people involved in the project. So, first we go through the political pressure and the engineering judgment. The project initially planned for completion in 2010, but because of the different and external frequent delays, the project was delayed because of the election approach. The government pressurized the engineering company to execute the project as soon as possible, and this rush raises the ethical question regarding the safety procedure and the engineering reviews by the engineer and the inspection done on the project. And moving to the second part, which is economic constraint, the construction company IVRCL, which was in a debt before and it was a blacklisted company by one of the bank in India, was in a several financial distress because of the loss of around $490 million. And this raises a question about the ethics of allowing financially unstable engineering company to execute this project and take the responsibility of this last infrastructure. Third, moving to the competence and the professional responsibility. As soon as this collapse happened, the engineering company didn't owe the responsibility of the collapse, and they were making an excuse that it's an act of God, it's a natural disaster, and this doesn't solve the problem, and not owing the responsibility is the main ethical constraint. This points to failure in adhering to the professional standards and raises concern about the qualification of those involved. Are they really qualified for executing, or just they are a corrupt engineering company? Uh, Leading to the fourth point, which is around public safety and the compromise issue with that. The civilians were allowed to pass through the construction area, which violate the safety guidelines, despite being the demarcation done by the company. And there was also a lack of proper disaster management planning, because as soon as the event happened, there were very few hours in between for the rescuing and the disaster management team to rescue, and that's not a possible time frame to help the people. And lastly, going to the ethical whistleblowing of the engineers working on the project, because they were knowing that the decision making from the hierarchy was not followed. They were pressurized, but they were feeling helpless, and they haven't complained or reported to the recent manager to them, and this led to the final safety collapse of the event. In the conclusion part, the Kolkata collapse was a reminder for the ethical responsibility in engineering and construction. It underscores the need of strong ethical frameworks that prioritize public safety over political, economic, and personal gains. As future engineers and leaders, it's crucial that we learn from such incidents to prevent similar tragedies in future. Thank you. Now, my last part about the discussion question will be explained by my friend Ali.
Thank you, Disan. I'm going to talk about the takeaways from this incident, and I will try to correlate this incident from the lecture learnings. So I'm going to discuss three major questions and three topics that we have studied in our lectures. The first one is micro versus macro ethics. In that, we have the question that in which ways does the case highlights the tension between micro ethics, that is individual decision, and the macro ethics system issue in engineering practices. In the next part, we're gonna connect ethical boundaries and the professional competence. So the question which we have put up is the discuss the ethical implication of undertaking project beyond one's expertise or resource. The third portion of the discussion question is uncertainty and risk management. So how did uncertainty in technical accuracy and system accuracy contribute to the collapse? So the question here arises is how this incident took place and how this incident was led to this huge loss of finances and lives, as well as the reputation. So in this case, if we see that overall this is not individual error. So as a system, everybody failed. Talking about the political pressure because of the elections, so politicians were trying to influence the projects to expedite so that they can finish up the project before time, and which lead to the faulty design. So designers need some time to design the project, but due to the pressure they might have hurried up, and that lead to the error. And third, there were financial constraints from the previous data. The company reputation with the banks were not so good, and they were in financial troubles. So after all, so this is all about the macro ethics as the system failure. I'm going to talk about the micro ethics. So the engineers which were in charge for their own part, they were having trouble in execution negligence. So if you talk about an engineer who is neglecting the project, he's not doing his work because of the pressure, he's neglecting so many things of engineering design and so many things. So that might have been the trouble. Apart from that, compromising the professional standards. So in construction, there are standards that need to be maintained, like quality checks and regular checks of the projects, and like the time to harden the material. So all these things has been neglected. Finally, negligence of the safety norms. So overall, from the discussion which we can see, there was a huge negligence in the safety norms, because the people were not following. Even there was barricading, people were going through that area, and the flyover collapsed and the people died. So this is from our side. Hope you guys liked it, and if you guys like it, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.